This storied house has seen some of the game's greats. Boz, Bradford, Peterson, and Stoops. Welcome, everyone, to Norman, Oklahoma, and the Palace on the Prairie, home to the Oklahoma Sooners. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Tulane Green Wave, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Sooners will get us underway with the opening kickoff. They thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Quick handoff. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
I am impressed with the physicality we're seeing up front by this offensive line. Playing on the road, they knew they wanted to get the run game established, and they are doing just that. They're not just getting 3-4 yards a pop. They are gashing this defense.
He leaves it with his back. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Looking down the middle. It's complete. He'll work his way down to the 28.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup. He went for it. He attacked it. Got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
This Tulane offense has a great drive going. The give. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Pulls it in, it's Preston. And he's down after making the catch, but did not reach the line to gain.
Man, these in-breaking routes are so hard from these slot guys because you're so worried about them flying up the field vertically. Nice job sitting down, breaking in, finding a little hole, making a catch.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tulane. And they jump on top. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. On first down, here comes this offense. They go to the ground. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. On the move, it's Alchuk. At the 45, on his way. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
That's a nice run. This guy has it all, doesn't he? He has speed, he has shiftiness, and he has power. The power reminds me of an old great Sooner running back, Marcus Dupree. Arguably one of the most gifted runners college football has ever seen. A guy that didn't quite pan out at the NFL level because of injuries. This dude has it in him, though, and I'm sure he's reminding a lot of people in the stadium right now of good old Marcus Dupree.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding him the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
From the gun, running back gets the give. Bulldozes his way through. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
Really nice run. This guy brings balance to this offense. It's not all high-flying aerial passing attack, too. You go back to Adrian Peterson, DeMarco Murray, Samaje Perine. They've always had guys in these spread-up tempo offenses that have been able to give them balance and force the defense to stay honest. That's exactly what this guy brings the Sooner offense.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off?
Fires into traffic, picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Shakes off the defender. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Fighting off the defender. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. They want to run this quarterback. And he just needed a few inches, and the defense was surly and nasty and said, no, sirree. They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. They'll try to sneak it.
Man, when I was at Florida, Steve Spurrier would wait for this opportunity in a game 4th and inches, and he'd signal in red snoop, quarterback sneak. It works every time.
First down here for the offense. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming. The defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
On second down, looking again to throw. It's caught. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
To the ground with the back. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. They'll ride the hot hand. Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds. You can live to play another day here on this drive.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's McClure. Can anyone catch him? And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Green Wave. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Couldn't find a lane, a pickup of 1 to the 31. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. They'll try the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. Finds his man down the middle. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little water bugs, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. He'll keep it on the sneak. They picked up a couple of first downs to start this drive, and now 1st and 10 from the 47. The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at 2nd down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on 1st down.
Using the quick game. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Going to take a shot at this DB. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down. The 3rd down's coming up.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
They've methodically worked it down the field. This the 11th play of the drive, but the defense can get off the field now. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Fires and picked off. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
Listen, we all want to go back-to-back, but not on interceptions. Come on now. We got to take care of the football. Let's make sure we change something up on the next drive. 2 possessions, 2 picks. Offensive coordinator, get the bullpen warmed up.
Takes the handoff. It's Barnes. It's these little moments like that that can help an offense as he gets it up to the 16-yard line. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. About to start here in the second half. Tulane will kick it away. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And he winds up right where he would have on the touchback. Goes out of bounds at the 25. The Sooner offense returns to the field. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step 1, Jesse, taking care of the football.
And it just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Dropping back, it's Arnold. He lets one fly deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And that's how pressure on a quarterback can affect the passing game. They were able to get after him on that play, and as a result, the QB made a bad decision, forcing that football into double coverage.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple positions. He's loose down the middle. He's inside the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
This offense has a 2nd down play. Looks as if that'll be enough for a Tulane first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Makes the catch. It's Barnes. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. Got enough for the first. And he's out of bounds after a terrific run and a nice pickup.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run out.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
Running it to the right. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He lofts it high and deep down the left side.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. The Oklahoma offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Takes the handoff. It's Hicks. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Ran the ball on 1st down. Let's see what they do on 2nd. They'll try it over the left side. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those running backs come in, they just need a mid. They put one mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Still on his feet at the 45. No, he loses the ball after the huge gain. And this fumble bounces out of bounds. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. And they've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
Oh, ball's out. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
I love those smashes where you can hear it up here, Reese. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing. Big turnover forced by the defense.
Handoff to the lone back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great play by the defense there. And listen, they got to do more of this. Running backs obviously had a lot of success. They got to continue to stop this run game, be physical, and not let this guy beat him.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Preston. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with a first down.
That had to be a coverage bust because there's no way one of the best receivers in the country was that wide open. Somebody on defense wasn't where they were supposed to be. They had their eyes in the wrong place. That should not happen ever.
They'll run it to the right. Makes him talk to the hand. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. This is Tulane 14, Oklahoma 7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Using his legs, it's Barnes. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You can see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through him.
Leaves it with the back. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Yeah, and he's shown you a little bit of everything today. Shows you why he's a really good back, and the line's paved some holes, and he's right at 99 yards. And the way this game's going with the lead, he's going to get a few more touches, break that century mark, and when you do, you have a great chance of winning football games.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And the running back there did everything that he's coached to do, right? They've got the lead late in this game. You've got to stay in bounds. You're finding yards. It's a positive run, but you're not going out of bounds. Really well done.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Man, how about that defense? On the snap, they are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. Let's see if this offense comes out swinging from the first play of the drive down late. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Out of the gun, the inside give. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
And I love these offensive coaches going right back to your guy. I believe in you. Just because you fumbled doesn't mean I'm not going to give you the football.
Yeah, he's repaying the favor right now to this coaching staff as well. And doesn't it just seem like he's running with a little bit more juice? He looks like he's ticked off.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, no doubt. That's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
Quarterback checking the play. Looking for a man. It's Arnold. Fires to the right. Complete downfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. They want to just keep throwing it. Quickly complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
But on that outbreaking route, really it's designed for the receiver to make the catch before falling out of bounds. Nice timing and anticipation by the quarterback on that throw.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on 2nd down. They'll leave it with him. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown Sooners!
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a 2-point conversion.
And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the 4th. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Bowling Green is in front. They've been impressive today, but they still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now. They're up by a field goal over Eastern Michigan. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The give to the tailback. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Caught close to the marker. It's White. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. He's going to pass. With the catch, it's Barnes. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
And that's good enough for a first down.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. Looking to move it through the air. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock. First down sack pushes it back. Now it's second down. From the gun, give on the inside. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. The defense calls the timeout. Their second of the day as they try to get their act together. This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Unleashes one deep. It's incomplete, and the clock strikes 0, and we are headed to overtime. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Looking for a crease. It's Barnes. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24.
At the 24. Brings up second down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Oh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, you make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls you almost throw on line, but that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires toward the end zone. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Right down the boulevard, it's good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. Down by a field goal and a touchdown will win it. Let's see what they've got on first down. Defense going to use a timeout here to make sure everyone is crystal clear on their assignment here in overtime. The offense lining up for a first down play. Going to run it. It's Hicks. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll go right back to him. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Dropping back, it's Arnold. Gets it out fast. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
And the Sooners will have it 1st and 10. Going to the run, it's Acha. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Now on 3rd down, and at the very least, trying to get into a little better field goal position. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. This senior showing great toughness, takes the hit, and still puts the ball on target. What a thriller. What a confidence builder to be able to come up with a win like that in overtime.
This team has to love their ability to come up with big plays in big moments. How about in overtime, the individual efforts we saw, this team playing as a unit, doing enough and doing everything that was needed to get the W.
It's such an exciting game, up and down, back and forth. It's heartbreaking if you lose, but when you come through with these games late in the ball game, it gives you confidence throughout the season to continue to build on it. What a great win.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.